You're listening to Bizarre Buffet, a podcast of all you can eat weird. I'm your host, Mark Torriello.
I'm Jen Wilson.
And I'm Mark Bluestein.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
When we first went in, one of the people said, "Who are you?" And Tex said, "I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business."
Hello.
Hey
guys.
Oh my God. Ooh.
Whoop whoop.
Boop boop.
Yeah.
Guess what?
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 I don't know. It's Sunday. Is it Sunday? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Sunday
It
night.
sure
We're recording on a
is.
Sunday night.
Normally what we always do.
Yeah.
And this
Sunday gravy.
This is episode 29 of Bizarre Buffet.
Oh my goodness.
29.
I can't believe we've done so many episodes.
Well, do we have an anniversary? I feel like we're probably on the cusp of a 1-year anniversary.
June, July.
Maybe. Because I think we all started when like shit hit the fan.
It was during
with
all this
COVID.
crazy stuff in the summer. It had to be June, July. I think it was like right before your birthday, Mark.
Yeah, I think it was in June.
Wow.
So we'll have to come up with a 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, we'll all have to have a live
Celebration.
feed of us popping balloons or something.
Yeah.
Something sensual.
I'll fart on a cake.
Oh my God.
I'll show my feet.
Oh, there you go. So we have feet, balloons, cake, farting. It's amazing.
Wonderful.
Wonderful stuff.
I'll even like dance around in the gizmo hat.
Oh my
Or the gizmo mask. Where is it? Oh, it's up
right
there.
above
I
you.
see
Yeah,
him.
That was
he's
like my
watching
best
over
Halloween costume ever.
us. It was. It was absolutely.
So guys,
Yes, Mark.
so before we dive into our topic, I would love to know, what is everyone's like worst job or worst job experience ever?
Go ahead, Mark. You go.
Mark Bluestein, you can start.
Oh God. Well,
Uncle Doug's still saying that he's trying to figure out which Mark is which.
you tell him. Uncle Doug, I'm going to tell you right now. I am Mark, and I
With
know
a
this
C.
isn't with a C. I know this isn't helpful, but if you listen to my voice, you will know that I have a C at the end of my MAR, and I think, yeah, I don't know.
And I'm Mark.
You'll
with a
probably
K.
never know.
I'm like the more like flamboyant one with the nasal voice.
Yes, I'm the one who, like, you know, your gay neighbor moves in next door, and I would be less intimidating or make you less uncomfortable.
Wait, are you saying I'm more? Wait, I make people uncomfortable? Because I love that.
I mean, yes, but in the best way ever. I love that you do that.
I do.
But like, I'm the one who's kind of like, oh, like, you know, he's fine.
My shorts make a lot of people uncomfortable.
I love that about you, though.
Thank you.
You have great
It's all for
shorts.
He
you.
does. He
I
does.
have like 3 pairs.
So, Mark,
Yes, my.
with a C.
Well, I have had so many terrible jobs. But I worked at this one salon in South Jersey, and I'm going to name it. I'm going to fucking name it.
Go ahead.
Because they are all god
Name
awful.
it.
Salacious.
And yeah,
Are
thank
these
you.
all the Trump people?
Don't,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Don't hold back, babe.
I'm not going to. It is called Suede. What a fucking stupid name
Oh,
for a
just the
salon.
name of it. Just
I
the
know.
name.
But let me tell you, they were all these like older women, and literally 4 of them, all of their husbands were lawyers. They were like, oh, wouldn't it be cute to own a salon? They themselves were the most vile people, and also the people who worked there were even more vile.
What was so vile about it?
They were just all like the worst types of personalities in one room. So
I know
nasty,
exactly what you're talking about, too.
right? Condescending, rude, you know, very much, they expected everything to be done for them. And I just have never been and never will be that bitch. I'm sorry, not going to happen.
Good for you.
Thank you. And that's one of the reasons why I was fired, because I wasn't that bitch. And, you know, I later learned, because for some reason I couldn't stand any of them and I didn't understand why most of them sent me a friend request on Facebook. But they did. And, you know, since our most recent political times in the last few years, I've realized just how many of them are even more vile than I thought they were initially by being staunch Republican assholes.
Those are the worst kind.
They are. And there's one in particular, and oh God, I just report all of her posts because she's transphobic. She's, racist. She's all of the things combined. So when I tell you I went down her posts and like reported everything.
I feel like, and I know this is not a political podcast,
That's okay. Go for
but
it.
I feel like our recent president of the United States has given these people permission to be
Yeah.
racist, homophobe,
Yeah.
transphobe.
1,000%, because you know something, and bringing it full circle here, you know, before current times, you know, I had no idea. I just assumed they were fucking shitty, vile people just because they were. But now
They are.
they've been given and granted the platform to express
platform.
it publicly.
Of course. And, of course, their constitutional rights are being taken away from them and they're being
I
censored.
know, please.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I know,
I
poor
feel
things.
Poor things.
So sad.
See you
so
on
sad.
Parler.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and this person made posts about Parler, and she's like, "I am never gonna go anymore." And I mean, oh God,
Oh,
just
fuck off,
I
all
know,
those assholes. I hate everyone.
such a garbage person, and that is not acceptable anywhere. But I did make one friend there, and she's a good person. But
Okay. As long as you made at least one friend.
I
I
did
feel like every workplace you should at least
make one.
make
Make
one,
one
have one.
decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people were terrible. And when they fired me, I did collect unemployment. And when they asked me why, I was fired, I said, they gave me no reason. They said, this just isn't working out. And I think I went in deeper, but guess what? I was given the goddamn unemployment
Good for
because I
you.
sold them out.
Good.
And it was all
and
true.
fuck them to hell.
Fuck them.
Exactly.
Mark
Garbage.
Torriello, you tell us your worst job.
God. You want to go down that road?
We'll be here all night.
I know we'll be here all
I
night.
feel like in my life, each one just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and more horrendous. But to protect my current role,
Yes, no
one
names of currently
yeah,
employed.
one of the worst jobs actually that I had was I was a photo editor.
Oh God.
For a like baby/family portrait company.
Oh my God, I remember you telling us about this.
Can
like,
you
in
picture
the past-
Mark of all people?
Oh
well,
my God.
everyone-
This is horrible.
It's a nightmare. Like anyone that doesn't know me, I just want you to know I fucking hate babies, and
We do.
I plan on opening an abortion
And if
clinic.
I ever have a child, I'm giving it to the Marks. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if you give me a baby, I'll raise it and sell its organs.
Yes. He's not lying.
And I'm not lying. But I unfortunately got stuck working for this like portrait company, and I did like color corrections. And in a past episode, I referenced that I had to do color corrections for a miscarriage baby that they had to. Oh my
God.
I mean, it's sad. I don't want to put
It's
that
so
family down,
sad.
No,
It's
but you're
also
not.
weird.
You're not
Common
putting.
though. It's
Yeah.
common because I've heard of this happening before where, the moms will do like a stillborn photo shoot
Correct.
Yeah.
just so they can have the picture and say to the other children, this is your sibling.
but yeah. So I don't want to put anyone down.
And not for nothing, but that was a pretty common practice in like the Victorian
Very
times.
Victorian.
Yeah.
Babies in hoop skirts.
Yeah, really.
But
Awful.
so what? Aside from the horrendous pay of this company, what made it really bad was like the people that I worked with. Now I worked with a lot of, very homophobic people, and we all like had like it was like cubicles, and you had like your desk area. And someone was photocopying stupid ass like Bible verses and taping it onto my desk. And I got so mad one day that I stood up on my chair in the middle of the office and I was like, whoever fucking sent this to me or whoever fucking photocopied this is unprofessional. I'm not going to be called out
Good
for
for
being
you.
gay. And I made a scene in the office. And I don't really care because for $10 an hour who gives a rat's ass, right?
No,
Exactly.
Absolutely
and
not.
And this is like so long
Also,
ago.
like, that's not the appropriate place to be sharing your religion with other people.
Exactly. Like, go to your place where all the people are already
But
indoctrinated.
what's funny is that like around that same time, I got sick with a really bad flu. I had to go to the hospital.
Oh man.
And I had to call out, obviously, because I had the flu. And when I came back to work, the asshole manager, I forgot what his name was, but I think it was like
Just call him asshole manager.
Asshole
I'm sure that's his real legal
was
name.
like-
It probably is.
he sat me down in his office and he tried to fire me, and he was like, "Oh, this isn't working out because of your lifestyle." And I got up, I
Oh,
got in his
lifestyle?
face. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, what's that mean? Lifestyle? Does that mean because I'm gay? I'll sue your ass." And literally he got scared, and then they were like, okay, we'll give you another chance. And then guess what? This girl found another job the next day and she quit.
Good for you.
Assholes. They were called like Hour 360 photos.
Fuck them.
Everyone listening,
Go on
Yeah.
Yelp
Yeah, and review.
and review our
homophobic.
Yeah.
hour 360.
I
And
think they were Hour
Suede.
360.
Like hour as in like the hour of the time? Or
No, like OUR, I think.
hour
Oh, God.
360. Please go review them.
Yeah, and Suede Salon. It's in New Jersey.
Suede Salon,
And
homophobic.
Yeah, tell them in your Yelp review, I know that you have a bunch of homophobic, racist ass bitches who work there.
And that
Fuck
Mark
you.
Bluestein is the best.
That's right. Thank you, Jen. Thank you.
You're welcome. Of course.
What about you, Jen? What was like your worst job experience?
Well, I
This
mean,
is
this
more
is-
about Jennifer Wilson.
I know because this is the episode.
This is
our
the
Leah
one.
Remini
Everyone,
episode.
listen. This is the episode that we've been hinting at.
for a really long time.
Yes, for a really long time.
I think it's going to be very cathartic.
It's going to be very cathartic because this has been something that I've been wanting to share for a while, but there's been like reasons why I couldn't at the time. And
Yeah.
so this past summer, I got involved in an MLM scheme.
Now, okay. So for everyone listening who may not know,
Multi-level
Level.
marketing. Okay? It's a strategy that direct sales usually use to encourage existing distributors to recruit new distributors who are paid a percentage of the recruit sales. So for example, if you've ever bought from Mary Kay,
very popular company,
Young Living,
Avon. I think
Avon,
they were an
yes,
early
Avon,
one.
Beachbody, what's the other one? Herbalife.
Herbalife,
So
essential oils.
yeah,
that shit.
Young Living.
Young Living,
Oh,
which
Young
we just
Living, my
said,
bad,
and there's
my bad.
another essential oils one as well called.
Oh, yeah, oh wait, the one that was on that Netflix show.
It was Young Living that was
no,
on.
there was another one though. Nova something.
Yes.
Oh, with that religious closet case?
Yeah. Well, that was another one. There were like 3 on there.
He's probably like having sex in public bathrooms.
Yeah, most likely.
So Pampered Chef.
Okay.
that's the other
there you
one.
go.
Pampered Chef is another one. I think everybody listening has been exposed to some sort of direct sales before.
Whether you know it or not.
And you'll know if it's a direct sale is if you go through the website to purchase and you have to pick a representative to buy through.
So interesting.
So you cannot just go on the website and buy the product. You have to pick a sales representative to buy through.
Now, do they give you like a drop down list like Jen Wilson, Mark Bluestein?
So
question.
normally what they'll do
question.
is if
you.
you don't have a sales representative, they will connect you to somebody who is like the closest to you, who lives like within your radius.
Okay, so we all live about like 7 minutes, 6 minutes away
So
from
if-
each other.
right.
So if I were going on, we're not going to disclose it yet because that's for Jen. But if I were to go on the company that you were working with and I were to buy something, you would come up as a local sales representative.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
This is also for, I'm sure many of you have heard the term pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
You start at the bottom, you work your way up. And the more recruits you get, the more they start to sell, the more money you make, and then the more you climb up into the company. And for many of these MLM companies, usually the people who are all the way at the top are the ones making the money.
Right.
They're making like the most out of everybody in the pyramid.
Exactly. They're making the most out of the people in the pyramid.
Okay. And now I'm just curious though, like if you have a reference, like what would you say is like the average income of somebody at the top of the pyramid versus somebody like at like the near bottom? Like, is there a big discernment?
the bottom.
Yeah, or the bottom itself.
I feel like at the bottom, normally you're probably, if anything, making between $300 to $500 a month,
Wow. And
which
now,
is like nothing.
So we're talking like $3,000 to $5,000 a year.
Pretty much, yeah.
holy shit. I mean, listen, I've worked for some low wages, but I mean, also, I mean, this will tie into so many things, but like, that is not a long-term, full-term job unless you're really high up.
Exactly. So pretty much the higher up people are the ones that are making the money. Some claim that they make 6 figures a year.
So the people who are making the 6 figures are at the very top of the pyramid, and essentially they're like, you can be me.
And the thing that exactly, they're saying you can be me, but then like, for example, you have a company like Mary Kay where you literally have like a half mile away from each other, like representatives all over.
Yeah. So,
It's really hard to move up.
well, yeah, because it's so competitive.
It's so competitive.
and like,
And
you know,
it's just so like there's just an overflow of sale representatives.
yeah. And I'm sure that's part of the strategy where they're like, it doesn't matter. There can be 500 reps in like one town.
Exactly.
We don't give a shit.
They don't care.
They don't
No.
care.
Well, let me ask you this. So someone starting off at the bottom of the pyramid making $5,000 a year, how many hours are they putting into that business?
So you will hear and you'll probably see, if any of you are ever on social media, you're following, influencers on Instagram, on Facebook, a lot of times they'll be saying, you can do this job anywhere as long as you have a phone. And I put like an hour into my day. You have to put more than a fucking
sure.
hour into your day.
Yeah.
I'm able to fit this in the nooks and crannies of my day. But like,
And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds as though their hook is like, for people like Jen Wilson, for example. Jen is a very hard fucking worker. You have had 3 jobs or like 2 or 3 jobs forever. And I appreciate and admire it. And a lot of people can't do that, So you being the person that you are, you're like, if I can make some extra money,
right.
let's go
She
for
does
it.
Bizarre Buffet.
And Bizarre
Buffet.
So 4. No,
So
Yes, Jen
yeah,
Wilson.
I mean, pretty much the reason I kind of got involved in this was the pandemic.
Yeah.
And being a teacher, a lot of my summer work, like we really heavily depend on summer work. And because a lot of, my hours were reduced and I had a lot of gigs lined up that fell through
Yeah.
because of COVID, I had to look for other ways of income.
Yeah, and not for nothing, but people think like, oh, it's so great. You're in the education system. You have the summer off. Guess what? That summer, you're not making money.
Exactly. Guess
unless
what?
you find
we
out.
only have a 10-month contract a year. So
There you go.
Exactly.
So while you think it's fun in the sun,
Right.
people are finding other ways to make money while they're off for all those months.
Exactly. So I had like a friend from years ago, like someone that I was like friendly with in high school, who invited me. And that's another thing that you'll see on Facebook, these like Facebook parties where you get invited to a private group.
Okay.
And it's normally a week long where whoever is the representative will be showing you the company and everything that they have to share and provide.
Okay.
So I was invited to this group for a company called Zaya, which is an athletic brand.
That's right.
So it's activewear.
So Zaya, just for the sake of comparison, for people like Lululemon, like
You can compare it to probably like Lululemon. You can compare it to Some of their wear is very similar to Patagonia.
Okay.
So like outer
It's
activewear.
like outerwear, activewear.
Okay.
Actually, funny enough, I'm wearing Zaya right now.
Well, you know what?
Don't tell anybody. I mean, the clothes are really comfortable, but
Well, now you know you're getting an honest perspective.
You're getting
There
an
you
honest
go.
perspective.
There you go.
Credibility.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Let me give this a try. I'm a yoga instructor, and I might be able to do something decent with it.
Yeah.
And I actually did for like the 5 months that I was a part of this company, did decently well. It's just if I wasn't a yoga instructor, I don't think I would have done as well as I did. So the thing about Zaya, and you don't hear a lot about it, is because it's a newer brand and it's only been around for like 3 years. And it's based out of Utah.
Where all good cults start.
So a lot of MLM companies will expect you, like you'll learn that you're required to keep inventory.
Okay.
Like I know with Mary Kay, you have to keep inventory. And I'm pretty sure with Mary Kay, you have to make $600 orders a month in order to stay active as a representative.
Okay, so keeping inventory.
Yeah, what does that
What-
mean
yeah.
That
exactly?
means like you're actually like you have to keep like you have to have products on hand at all times.
Okay.
That might be samples, that might be actual products.
Okay.
Because for some companies you're expected to have in-person parties.
Right.
Gotcha.
Or you might be outside of a store with a table selling stuff, or
Yeah.
you're in the mall and you hear somebody talking about, oh my God, my skin's so bad. Here, let me give you this sample of moisturizer.
Okay, but that sample of moisturizer, or for instance, if it were somebody and you were walking in the mall and somebody was like, oh my God, I just can't stand these pants that I'm wearing. They're like awful when I go to the gym. You, in theory, should have something in your bag that you can be like, have you ever tried Zaya before?
Exactly.
Now, with that being said, so keeping inventory and having something that you can pull out, but you, Jen, or me, Mark, or Mark, if we worked for a company like Zaya or Mary Kay, those items that we have on us, we are supposed to pay for. So they're paid for.
Correct. It comes out of your own pocket.
And what does something like that cost you?
So I'm not 100% sure about Mary Kay, but I know for Zaya, in order to become active, you have to pay. I believe for me it was like $250.
Okay.
And with it, you get 2 pairs of leggings, you get 2 tank tops, and like a hat.
Okay.
So you're getting clothes, like
Yeah.
you're getting clothes to start out with.
Yeah.
But
You have to come up with $250 up front, though.
exactly.
Out of your own
Which,
pocket.
though, I might add, is a hell of a lot less money than a lot of the other starter kits for other companies.
Exactly.
So that's their appeal
That's
point.
their appeal. Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, they're telling you, no, you don't have to hold inventory, but then how are you expected to to get customers if you're not wearing the clothing?
Yeah.
So, you can literally go on Instagram and like pull up or like write hashtag Zaya, and like all of these sales representatives have like their own pages dedicated to Zaya with them in all different outfits. And that's pretty much coming out of your own money. Yeah, you get like discount on clothing,
But you still need to cough up the
but
money.
you still need to cough up the money.
So for example, if they were to recruit four people and they came up with that $250, just from recruiting those 4 people, the company has made $1,000.
Yeah.
And we might add, for people who are not necessarily familiar with production costs, but clothing is generally, even the most expensive clothing is produced for a very small amount. So things like activewear is produced for even less.
So yes, that's very true. And you're required, like you're pretty much expected to sell the product and host parties on Facebook. So that was when it started to get like my party, like the party that we had a launch party for me, and I did really fucking well. Like mine was like a $2,000 party. I had yoga students, friends, family, and it was awesome. And I was like, great. And my first paycheck, I was like, amazing, this is awesome. But then like once you start, like, the behind the scenes is just where it gets really just ugly.
Yeah.
And the reason I got into Zaya was I reached out to the woman who was hosting this party for my friend and just said, hey, I have some questions about becoming a sales representative. And she got me on the phone and we had a conversation. And I was like, okay, this sounds like this isn't going to be that, that bad. So I was like, you know what, let me do it. It's just a very toxic work environment. Your uplines. So for people who don't know, upline is like the person who recruits you. So that they're part of the pyramid. So like, say, Mark, I was to recruit you. I would be your upline. You would be my downline.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. So it's the pyramid.
So it's part of the pyramid. And then whoever you recruit, so you recruit Mark, Mark is your downline.
And I'm his upline.
And then what would happen is when Mark starts making money, you start making money, I get a percentage of what you're both making.
Okay. So the higher you go up, the better, because that means the more and more people that are below you, that the money is going up. So instead of trickle down, it's trickle up.
It is trickling up.
Okay.
So it sounds to me like you would probably make more money finding recruits than actually selling the merchandise.
Well, that's exactly it. And that's what they really pushed for. And I'm not that type of person. Like, I am not a pushy person.
No.
And, they would expect you to, like, well, you're not trying hard enough. You need to go through all of your Facebook friends.
Oh my God.
And they would expect you to start with, like, hey girl, or hey sister friend, or
Yeah, I know. We heard many times from Jen about the sister friend.
it's like, no, it sounds more like sister wife.
I know.
Like,
Well, they are from Utah.
they're all from Utah. But hey girl, and that's another thing too.
Sorry, Utah.
So for all of you out there, if you feel like you have been harassed by somebody, which I'm sure you have, you usually know because they will message you and not tell you what it is. So if you get a message that's like,
Yes.
hey girl, like, I don't know if you've seen, but I've been working with this really amazing company and I think you would be so wonderful at it.
Yeah.
Do you have time for a phone conversation? So like right there, did I say anything about like what I was doing?
No. And I remember once because, listen, there are many different people out there, and most of us, whether we're good friends in person or not, have like a decent amount of people on Facebook that we're friends with, whether we talk to them all the time or not. So if somebody reaches out to you, you're like, oh, that's so-and-so. I haven't talked to them. What is this about? And that's kind of like the hook to drag you in.
It's usually the hook to drag you in. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person. And then I'm not somebody that's going to push and I'm not going to pressure. And they were telling me, you're not pushy enough. Well, I know I'm not pushy enough because they wanted me to, like, so if somebody said no, thank you.
That's not good.
It's not good. Like they wanted you to go back and be like, well, it doesn't hurt to just listen to what I have to share with you. Or like, what, I mean, you can get free and half off clothing. You should have a party. Like, why wouldn't you have a party?
Yeah.
Like if somebody said no to me, I was always like, all right, thanks. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
So
Because you're a normal fucking person.
It sounds very culty.
it's
Yeah.
very culty.
Very culty.
And the upline of my upline was just a see you next Tuesday.
Okay.
Like she is
plenty of
somebody
that.
who I never want to see her face. I never want to speak to her again. I've like actually blocked every single person, like minus 2 people who have been part of Zaya because I want no contact with them.
Good for you. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. I mean, how cool is that, right? It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. On with the show.
Because they're so fucking toxic.
Yeah.
So when we were in a group chat one day and, I mentioned something about I just started back to work. It was September. And I was just feeling overwhelmed and trying to get into the swing of things. And this fucking bitch,
Spilled it.
Go for it.
this fucking bitch sent me a voice memo. And you know how you can like send voice recordings on your phone to people? Like
And
I send to Mark Bluestein
I
all
know,
the time,
I
just
know.
singing random songs.
I know, and I enjoy every minute of it. But before you get into that part, though, this was also a common thing with all Zaya people. They would send voice memos.
They would send voice memos just because their whole theory was it's just easier to explain things through a voice memo than through a text message.
But see, they are even utilizing a simple feature. Like, people use voice memo feature. Like, I'm in the car, and I'm not advocating you doing anything in the car like that. But like, I'm in the car, or like, oh, this is just too much to text out. But they are trying to use it, almost like weaponize it.
Oh, yeah.
To be like, you're their best friend. Do it like your friend would do
So
it.
this fucking bitch in a group of people sends a voice message that was like, is this really even what you want, Jen? This isn't what you should be saying. This isn't what you should be saying in a group chat. You need to change your mindset. You need to be more positive. Like anytime, like they literally fucking monitored everything that you did on your like private Facebook, on your like they monitored fucking everything. And even if you like in a group chat said something that was like a little off, she would fucking send you a private message. Like she was nothing but condescending. I would never want to meet her in person. Like she's not someone that I would even like go out of my way to try and be a friend with.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And then like my upline was pregnant. Like she was very pregnant. And then her upline turned out to be pregnant. But the two of them were like the type that like, oh my God, like we're pregnant together. We're doing business together. And like we're
like,
sisters.
once our babies come
being
out,
scam
we're
artists
putting them
together.
in Zaya immediately.
So,
Gross.
you know,
No.
they would like, and this is something that's very common in all MLMs. And I've seen this before where they'll fucking harass you. So like, cause your upline on their like little back office can see what all of their downlines are doing, what their sales are looking like for the month. And if they see that you're slacking, they'll fucking call you out on it. And I used to get voice recordings that's like, I know you're busy and you have a lot of jobs, but I'm busy too. I'm a mom and I'm pregnant. And I'm like, okay, but like
You chose that.
I was like, your definition of busy and my definition of busy are two
different.
completely different
But
fucking things.
Absolutely.
But did these like, you know, hell beasts happen to have other jobs? Or
No,
was this
I'm
all-
sure they didn't.
And this is the best part.
Yeah.
A lot of them, their goal was to like rank up in Zaya so they could be stay-at-home moms because they didn't want to miss a part of their child's childhood. They wanted to be the yes mom. They wanted to be that mom that was there every single time their
Ew.
child. I know, it was fucking. And that was something else too. It was like a lot of these women that I was working with were moms, and I had nothing in common with any of them.
Well, and I think too, a lot of these MLMs or pyramid scheme type companies, they go for those people because they know they don't have shit else to do.
Well, that's the thing. They prey on the weak. They prey on
Simple-minded.
They prey on simple-minded, and
Or people who are just looking for extra work
And
who are like, I'm just
yeah.
trying to make some extra fucking money like you.
And I just and I read an article that like a lot of MLMs have been preying on women during the pandemic just because a lot of people are out of work.
Well,
Yeah.
it's interesting you said that because I feel like most people in MLMs, and I mean, I don't want like a women's coalition to castrate me for this, but I feel like a lot of it's women.
I have
It is.
never
And I feel
known.
bad saying that, but it's the
No,
truth.
and I mean, but it's not meant to be an offensive statement. It's just like, I feel as though, much like many other things in life, there are certain groups that are targeted for certain reasons.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what it is. You know, I mean, why do you think so many pregnant women just so happen to be involved? It's because they're probably on
Right.
maternity leave, or they will be, and they have the time.
And then like you were expected every Saturday morning to be on the Facebook groups watching these live video trainings about, you know, whatever the fuck it was about.
I'm sorry, it's fucking leggings. Like, what is there to be trained on?
No,
Or is it, like-
exactly. And that's the other thing too. It was like it got to the point I didn't feel comfortable trying to push like expensive ass leggings on people.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. When did you start to realize, like, oh, fuck, I think this is an MLM or a pyramid scheme?
I started to realize it. I started in July. It was probably like September.
Okay.
Because that was actually when this like dumb fucking bitch, not my upline, her upline, started really ranking up. Like she was fucking up and she started becoming a see you next Tuesday.
Power trip.
Like a power trip, exactly. And started getting mean and fucking just like vile. And I like for the longest time, I felt like I was the only one and that she was fucking targeting me and had something against me.
Well, that does happen.
So my upline started giving me shit about like, you're not meeting your, you know, goals that you set for yourself. And like, you both know, like I was also going through a time where like my dog was very sick.
Yeah.
And my dog was like, I mean, we put him down like 3 days before Christmas. So it was just like my mind was so preoccupied with other things and it was in other places. That,
And you
like,
also recently moved.
and exactly. I also
So-
recently moved. I had so much just
A lot
like
of stressful
it was a lot of
factors.
stressful things. So finally, I just snapped because she just kept fucking texting me. And I finally was just like, I wrote her this long text and then I blocked her on everything. So like,
Good.
she didn't even get a chance to respond to me.
Good. And that probably drove her insane.
Probably drove her nuts, but that's what I did. I had to block everybody. But actually, a friend of mine posted on Facebook that she was no longer affiliated with the company.
Really?
So I sent her a private message and was just like, hey, like I'm thinking of leaving as well. And I could tell she was kind of on the fence about really sharing her real thoughts. But then we both bonded over it and have become really like close because
That's awesome.
that see you next Tuesday was pulling the same shit on her.
Yeah.
And you know, she was like, I didn't do as well with it like you did. I didn't make as much money. She's like, in fact, I was putting money into it. That was the other thing. You have your own website. Normally, if you're a sales representative, you have your own website that people can go buy through you. You had to make $600 in sales in order to have a free website. So if you didn't hit that $600 sale mark, you were charged $15 a month for your
Those
website.
fucking
Oh my
trolls.
God.
Yeah.
So it's like you're paying to work.
So I luckily never had to pay it, but like my one friend, she had to pay it.
Yeah.
And then when
Isn't
you had
it illegal?
I mean, who knows?
who knows, but and then when you had Facebook parties, they used to do like there would be gift card giveaways. Just because like you would like participate in these fun activities and you
Yeah,
get a gift
make a
card.
card.
So, but the gift cards were expected to come out of our own wallet.
Oh, hell no.
So like I actually did the math and I spent probably over $600 in gift cards.
What?
And I actually like my credit card was maxed out because I was just constantly like, there would be months where like if I was close to hitting my goal and I wasn't exactly there, like I would go on and buy a few things to hit that fucking goal. And like, I'm in credit card debt now because of fucking Zaya. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's the thing. Like any person, no matter who you are, no matter what your financial situation is or isn't, can be affected by these things. And it's unfortunate because new companies like this evolve all the time. Like I remember at the hair salon when I would hear about, oh, Monet. And I'd be like, where the fuck is this Monet product? I have not seen it anywhere.
and you know how Monet gets you, right?
No, but please inform us.
So
And
with Monet, and this is how they get you with Monet.
tell me.
You're pretty much expected to like buy a subscription or like they call it a flex ship. So like you're buying, you know, shampoo, conditioner, and then every month they'll like auto renew and send you the products.
Do you pay for those products every month?
Absolutely. You have to spend X amount of dollars. Young Living does the same fucking thing.
So like you have to auto renew in order to get it.
You have to I forget how much. It's usually like $90 worth of product
A month?
a month.
So it's,
And you can like change and mix and match, or you can have it where it's like, okay, every other month. But like, I know so many women who've bought Monet where it's like, they have all of this shampoo and conditioner, and it's like they're not even done with the first bottle, and they're getting another bottle.
yeah, they don't have hair. Yeah.
Young Living does this. That's how Young Living does it too.
Yeah.
Wait, one thing I wanted to ask you earlier is you were saying that to hit your sales goal, you were purchasing product. Mm-hmm. So what would happen if you didn't hit your sales goal? Would you?
Nothing would happen. It was just I wanted to hit my sale goal because I knew how much I'd be getting from my paycheck.
Yeah.
But then it was just like it made no sense because I'm literally buying to fucking make that money back.
So, okay, so here's my thing. So let's say, Jen Wilson, your sales goal is 900 this month, okay? You have 700 in sales, right? Mm-hmm. You need 200 extra dollars. Let's say that you don't make your sales goal. Do you not get anything from those sales of 700?
You usually don't start making commission until you hit the $600 mark.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So that's not right.
And then
a lot of retail stores try that shit too.
Yeah, they do.
Fucked
Supercuts as well.
So I think it's like 20, you were making 20% commission, and then once you got to $1,000, it was 28% commission.
But let's talk. How difficult is it to get to $1,000?
And it's $1,000 a month consistently? Or
What do you mean?
like in sales?
So if you, okay, so it's $20, it's 20% commission, but once you hit 1,000 in sales for the month, it bumps up to 28% commission.
So that's $280 in commission
So yeah.
on a monthly basis.
Honestly,
$1,000.
it depends. If you're having parties, absolutely, you're going to probably get sales. But like, I would have parties that were fucking duds. And then I like had like $2,000 parties and the women loved their shit.
Yeah.
But it's just, that was the other thing. I didn't feel comfortable pressuring women to have parties.
But also, let's just say this is your bread and butter, right? That your only job opportunity. And you're doing these parties and you're, how many fucking parties are you going, realistically, how many parties are you going to be able to have on a month-to-month basis and
So,
generate enough money?
They want you,
sustainable living.
they were
Yeah.
expecting you to have 4 parties a week. So
For a week?
So what you would do is you would make the Facebook group and invite all 4 women, and they would invite their friends. And you would have 4 separate shopping links, which, by the way, the website is like the hardest thing to navigate.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Because they don't
a lot
actually,
of them,
yeah.
a lot of them are like that. And like some women, it was like their friends just weren't interested. And then there were some that were just like housewives that had that extra money to
spend.
spend. But not only are you dealing with sales, but if somebody didn't like their fucking shit, then like you had to deal with the refunds and the
Oh,
returns.
God,
and
I hate returns.
so it was just like, and that was the other thing. Like I would wake up every
that
morning
shit.
and my phone would be blowing up with like hundreds of messages from different Facebook groups. Just from women from my parties. And it was just like, I used to wake up with anxiety because I didn't know what the hell my phone was going to look like in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how your check was going to be cut down for a stupid ass return.
But actually,
Final sale.
when I went on Reddit once, there's actually a subreddit called Anti-MLM. And apparently Zaya was exposed
Good.
recently. There's a company called Love Her Leggings,
Okay.
and you go on their site, you go on Zaya's site, they're literally the same fucking leggings. I think they use the same manufacturer,
Okay.
but Love Her Leggings are so much cheaper.
Oh, so they're probably snatching it up and
Exactly.
So I have more questions. to
Go
ask
ahead,
you.
ask away.
And everyone listening, I'm kind of like stuck in retail management in the fashion industry, and I know a lot about like business and KPIs and sales, and I have a strong background in sales, so I have like a lot of salesy
No,
questions
of
to
course.
ask
You can
but
ask. I'll answer as best as I
So,
can.
how do you think someone gets to the top of that pyramid?
Yeah, like what does it take to get to move?
Honestly, to like eat, sleep, breathe, shit the fucking product.
But to play devil's advocate, don't you think that would be like the answer that every company, even if it's not an MLM, wouldn't they say the same thing? Like, let's just say, I'm going to just name a random fashion brand I have no association with, Kate Spade.
Right.
Right? Like, let's just say if I were going to work for Kate Spade and I would be like, I want to be the top seller. Like, what do I need to do? They would.
So exactly. No, that's a good question because they would tell you what to do, but like what works for them and what's making them successful might not work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though they probably lie a lot.
I also think too, like a lot of the successful ones are the ones that buy in bulk and then go sell. Like,
yeah.
or like their clients buy, in bulk and sell at their studios. There was a woman I remember I saw they were celebrating her on Facebook for making over like $1 million in sales in a year.
And see, I don't even believe that.
No.
I don't.
And you know what though? It's not like Mary Kay where you get the pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
All you're getting is like a trip to an island.
And let me tell you, I worked in Montclair, New Jersey for a while. And where I worked, I would always see there was somebody in that area who had one of the pink Mary Kay cars.
Out.
I swear to you. And it said Mary Kay, like where the dealership logo would be. And it was a fucking putrid pink.
And let me tell you,
I saw an SUV once that was in that putrid pink.
Anyone out there who gets approached by a Mary Kay representative, I'm going to tell you right now, run as fast as you can.
Because they've been around the longest. They have the most powers.
And they will not take no for a fucking answer.
That's why they have the pink Cadillac.
So run, please.
Yeah. They will eat your soul and shove lipsticks in your orifices.
Well, like that's the thing. So like I have I've gone to like a couple of I got sucked into doing a couple of Mary Kay like facials. And it's fun to like do some fun stuff to your face, but then like if you say no to the business opportunity because what they tell you is, oh, we're gonna do a facial and then we'll do a follow-up facial and in a couple of weeks, and like you say no to the job opportunity, like to the sales opportunity, and then they just never give you the second fucking facial.
Yeah. They're like, fuck you and fuck your second facial.
And I'm just like, yeah. So Mary Kay definitely run in the opposite direction.
Do these brands
Also, Young Living, please go run in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
do any of these like MLM brands offer benefits like health insurance, dental?
Yeah, right.
Not that I know of. I know Zaya doesn't.
Do they have like a HR?
No.
Your upline.
Your upline. Exactly.
That's the HR. And then they're going to be like, you loser,
and
sell more.
So the reason it took me so long to really share my story was because when I wrote, all I had to do was send a letter to customer service telling them why I wished to leave. And they pretty much messaged me back and said, just so you know that any commission that you would have made between now and the next pay period, you will not get. So I had to fucking wait until the pay period to cancel because I wasn't
Those fucking assholes.
So the
That's
money
so
isn't that
shiesty.
so shiesty? So I mean, even though it was like $200, I wanted that $200.
I would
Doesn't
want
matter.
Are
25.
entitled
So-
to the sale.
I'd want $10.
Yeah,
Are
so
entitled to the
they-
commission to the sale.
I wrote a letter that was like, these are all the reasons
Oh,
why I'm
God.
leaving. And they were like, just so you know, if you cancel now, you won't get your commission.
I'd say fuck you.
So that was like another thing that was just really shitty about it. And then, of course, when I'm like trying to quit, all of these women are messaging me, hey, I got my leggings. They don't fit. I'm like, sorry, I'm no longer associated with the company.
Good.
Sorry,
Fuck
I'm not in this cult.
off.
Another question I have for you is the conference calls.
Oh God.
Can you please, because I fucking cannot with conference calls. I think it's just like a brainwashing tactic.
Oh my God. So
Talk to us.
it was normally done on Facebook, like in one of our Facebook groups live. Sometimes it would be done on Zoom, but for the most part, it was done on Facebook. And it would be like at the beginning, if you're watching with us live, comment #live. If you're watching the replay, comment #replay. How are you feeling today? I want you to write it below in the comment section.
What happens if you say I feel like shit?
They'd be like, you're toxic, get out.
Yeah.
If you're like me and you've got this, write in the comments, you got this.
Oh my God.
It's false positivity,
It's
which is the most
toxic
disgusting
thing
yeah.
ever.
Fuck false
Or
positivity.
Fuck
if
it.
you're having a shitty day, I want you to write, fuck today, tomorrow's gonna be better. And like, it's just like,
Sometimes tomorrow's worse.
oh my God.
Most of the time it
It
is.
normally is.
Yeah, so that's how those conference calls would go. And a lot of these uplines and these women that were doing really well in the company got into it at the right time because there was not a lot of knowledge of Zaya. There wasn't a lot of representatives in one area. Now it's getting harder and harder to kind of make your way up.
It's getting very
Well,
saturated.
okay.
Oversaturated.
And that's the other thing too. Like the women that I was working with, like they started getting meaner and meaner. And once they started making their way up, and a lot of these MLMs have these tactics where they believe, and it doesn't work for everybody, that they're going to break you down to build you back up.
Oh,
And that doesn't work. That doesn't work for
no.
anybody, for everybody.
Yeah.
That is
you know?
really, that's not good. You should never break a person down to build them back up.
Absolutely
ever.
not. And they're like, I'm just giving you tough love. Okay, well, tough love doesn't work for everybody.
That is okay.
No.
So I know that whole quote unquote tough love thing from the bullshit from my past jobs. And to me, when people say tough love, that's just them using
It's an excuse for abuse.
for being an asshole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know,
Fuck tough love.
I've read articles, I've read blogs, I've like done a lot of research because when I was like getting ready to leave, like I was kind of scared because I was afraid that I was gonna pretty much be like leaving, for example, Scientology, how it's
Yeah.
like really difficult to leave.
Yeah.
Like I was looking up like tactics, like how do I get out of this? Because
Yeah.
it was getting so bad. And a lot of people were saying that like what you have to do is just unfriend everybody, block everybody, and just walk away from it.
Well, Jen, you
But I
just
was
did the right
also,
thing.
but I was
Yeah.
also reading too, to go back to like the whole false positives. A lot of companies, like not just Zaya, like all different companies, Monet, Mary Kay, like they talk the same way to their their sale reps.
It's a standard, like a standard for companies like that.
And outside of just like MLMs, because I remember like one time you were on a call and you had Mark and I listen in on it. And I was like, oh my God, these fucking idiots. But it's not just in MLMs. That toxicity that you speak of.
It goes everywhere.
It's
It goes
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's like a workplace thing. And
Yeah.
one thing that I have a big problem with is now people are normalizing being overworked.
Yes.
Like I saw some asshole with a sweatshirt in the mall the other day and it said, work all the time, no weekends. And I'm like, your hoodie's not fucking cute.
Ew.
Like, you're a fucking
no.
loser asshole
Fuck that.
for wearing that. Like, why are you glorifying this?
It's because
no work-life
people
balance bullshit?
people hate themselves so much and they just want to be
Yeah.
abused and they think they're cute and then they think they're Daddy Trump who's going to fuck them right in the
Oh,
ass.
and that's another thing. I am like
fuck those people.
99.9% sure that all of them were closeted Trumpers.
Absolutely.
Because
Oh, I can bet my life.
they really were very well. Remember that biddy that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago on Instagram, who was like Trump, but still awesome.
Oh, that
and
fucking
the comments,
asshole.
she was a Zaya representative, and like had this
no,
whole.
of
Yeah.
course she was.
But they really were like, please don't post politics. I'm like, why? Because you're all fucking Trump
Yeah.
supporters and
Yeah.
you don't
All
want to be.
racist.
Because it can destroy your business. Yeah, it could fucking destroy your business.
Obviously, I wouldn't want to fucking purchase things from a bunch of racist asshole fuck faces.
I remember, like, I mean, this is a little bit off topic, but I went to the gym the other day.
I'm so worked up now.
I was at the gym and there were like these two fucking boys, not even men, boys. They were probably like 19 years old. One of them had a face mask that said Bush Reagan 84. It was like a campaign. And then he was with his other friend who had a face mask that said Trump won. And I was like, you losers. First of all, what is this your first election where you were able to legally vote?
Of course.
And you asshole with the 1984 Bush Reagan face mask. You weren't even born yet. So go fuck yourself.
And way to make yourself let everybody know that your parents and you are also
that's
fucking
where it's coming
awful.
From.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he deadlifts something so freaking heavy that
blows
he
out his asshole, and then he can't. And then he,
And you know what?
And then he can't be a closeted gay.
I have a feeling.
Prolapse.
I have a feeling that this might get back to my previous uplines.
Oh, I hope it does. And hello, previous uplines. You're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
You know, and here's the thing. Listen, for all of you out there who, you know, are anti-MLM and you have friends or family who are involved, the one advice that get out, but the one advice, like if you are concerned about them, voice your concerns. And I'm going to tell you right now, they'll probably get super fucking defensive, and that's okay. But I feel like, and it's a real sad thing to say, but I feel like a lot of these people who go into direct sales learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And it's one of those you kind of have to like learn on your own.
Yes, and might we add that, you know something, there is no shame in this.
No, there's no shame whatsoever. I know so many people who still do direct sales, and for some of them, it's just like, I just do it for the extra pocket cash or to pay my phone bill a month.
Or they just like the product and they want it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I have a client, she's an older woman. I know for a fucking fact she is not a rep for Young Living, but she was like, I'm signed up as one because I like the products and I get a discount.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, she never posts on Facebook and she's like 62. She's not selling Young Living.
But
everyone has a different...
So that's just like, you know, and for me, like I will say, like it was good at the time when I wasn't really making the money. But then like once I got back, like that was like around September. Once I got back to work and once the yoga studio reopened and I started to see like my income from that, I was like, all right, I really don't need Zaya anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like this isn't like my dream to like be a fucking, you know, bitch to my downlines.
Yeah.
You know, I actually did recruit one person.
Yeah.
She's still with it, but she just does it because she just enjoys the clothing, you know?
And that's fine.
You know, and she's a very sweet woman. I still keep in touch with her. She comes to my yoga classes. And that was the thing with me. Like, I wasn't ever going to pressure people to do things that they did not want to do.
Yeah. I think you did everything in the way that was right for you.
Exactly.
Just like everyone else will do the thing that is right for them. But, you know, this is more so just sharing an experience, letting people know, like, you know, what to be aware of and just, I mean, informative and fun, if for nothing else.
Thank you, Jen, for sharing your experience because I know
this is a very big thing.
Well, I told you that if I was going to share my story, it was going to be on here. So I think for me, it just took a while to share it because like it just was so mentally and emotionally draining. And I just feel like I needed the time to breathe and like get all my thoughts together.
Compose how you actually felt about the whole thing.
Absolutely. I will say, if anyone is like, oh my God, Jen, how's your credit? I will tell you that I just got an email saying that my credit score went back up a little bit.
All right, good.
I've been on an awesome payment plan, so I've been able to do that, which is great. And I should be done with that like within the year. So it's not like it's like I'm in like thousands and thousands and millions of dollars of debt.
No, but you know what though? You sharing that experience, because guess what? Thankfully you are not, but I'm sure there are many, many people who are who are and who will be.
Or you have people who are expected to buy product and inventory and they can't sell it and they have like a room full of fucking Herbalife or Mary Kay.
Or a room
business.
full of mauve lipsticks.
No business should have to have their employees purchase product to sell product.
No.
Right.
And that's part of the
fucked up.
scam.
That is like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not sorry. That's fucked up.
It is fucked
And
up
that's a
because
cheap
no,
ploy.
it's a way that these companies can ensure that no matter what, you can be homeless and go fuck yourself, but we will always make a buck.
Right.
Even if it's a buck itself, like just they will always make money,
They'll always make money. And that's
what keeps them alive.
That's what keeps them alive. And that's how they keep going. And, you know, it's sad because like there are some women that are like, that I met through Zaya that are like really sweet and really kind.
I'm sure.
And, you know, sometimes I hope that they one day see the light and
Yeah. And that they see what's actually happening.
Yeah.
well, and like I said, like it was fun at the time and it was a nice way to make money and to just pay my like rent and bills for the summer.
Yeah.
But
And it served its purpose.
It served its
until
purpose.
it
I
didn't.
think you're the exception because I think
Yes.
most people wouldn't be able to
even do that.
make like a profit.
But
from
to your
it.
point
if
though,
it wasn't
you were a yoga
for
instructor.
exactly if it wasn't for me being a yoga
your
instructor,
background, yeah.
I probably would not have done even remotely close to what I did while I
Yeah.
was with the company.
Absolutely.
And listen, the clothing is comfortable. I'm wearing it now.
mean-
like I'm not ashamed. But
And
like
I think you wear it as a badge of honor.
to remind
for a
myself
different reason.
exactly. No, but like the clothing, like they're leggings, you know, like the way I look at it was like I got a new like yoga wardrobe.
There you go.
There you go. Like that's how I look at it. I got a new yoga wardrobe and some new loungewear for remote learning.
Exactly.
And that's that.
That's it.
And there you have it.
So
Oh God, Leah Remini, where are you? I know. Click. She's gonna come. Oh, I see her coming. I see her
Remini's
UFO.
nail.
I will say that I
Her
am
nails.
currently
Her nails.
I am currently listening to her audiobook Troublemaker.
She is such an inspiration.
She is. She's our Lord and Savior. She's our patron saint of Bizarre Buffet.
Absolutely. I would love her to come on, but I don't think she would
I don't
ever.
think we can afford her.
I don't think we can
She
afford
would
her.
have to do it pro bono.
I don't even
obviously.
think.
I don't think she
that-
could afford us. No, I'm just
There
kidding.
you
I
go.
don't think that the Bizarre Buffet account could even afford like one nail of hers being done at the salon.
Probably not. I think you're right on that.
But I will say, for those of you out there who have been considering reading her book, get it through Audible because it is hilarious because she's just as hilarious on the audiobook as she is in person.
Oh, that's
she's
good
the
to
one
know.
reading it.
She's the one
Oh,
reading
even
it.
better.
I know.
It's
yeah.
worth it.
I
It's-
love her. And listen, I am very proud to let you all know that when I typed in Leah Remini on Instagram, she came up first. I came up second. Thank
Oh
you.
my God, Mark, I am in royalty.
I know. Thank you. Thank you all so
Wow,
much. Thank you.
everyone. So, speaking of Instagram, everyone listening, we do have an Instagram account. So please
We
follow
do.
us at Bizarre Buffet.
That's right.
And make sure you follow us on Facebook at Bizarre Buffet, no space.
That's right. And for all of you who are feeling in the way of Jesus Christ, generosity, good spirits, we do have a Patreon page. And listen to me right now. I want you to donate whatever you can, whether it be a hug or money. Money as a preference.
Or a pyramid scheme,
Or
so
a
we
pyramid
prefer
scheme.
money.
Yeah, but like make it a nice.
Your money.
Give us your money. Make it a nicer pyramid
All of
scheme.
it.
We're your upline. This is the only
Yeah.
upline. Okay. And we just demand feet pictures.
Exactly.
But anyway, it's patreon.com/bizarre buffet. And there you can find all of the packages. If you opt in for the third package, you can get a glamour shot of Jen Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's the best package there is.
Is it autographed?
It will be
It-
autographed.
It better be.
All right, we have it confirmed. It will be
It will
autographed.
be autographed.
That's not in the description on Patreon, but you've heard it here now that it will be. So there's a special tidbit for you all.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'm Maury Povich.
Oh my God. My name, once again, is Jerry Springer.
And I'm still Mark Allen Torriello, bitches.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God. Well, he doesn't want to
And
be
I'm Mary Kay.
I'm Mary Kay. My name is Zaya.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.